Galvanic cells, also called voltaic cells, are one which uses a chemical reaction to make electricity. Daniel cell is an example, a battery is an example. Let's look what are the parts of galvanic cells. It consists of two half cells. That is, I take two beakers such that one contains zinc sulfate solution and a strip of zinc metal dipped in it, whereas the other contains copper sulfate solution with a strip of copper in it. And the magic happens when the electrodes or the metal strips are connected. Electrons starts to flow from zinc sulfate solution to copper sulfate solution through the metal strips. And what is a moving electrons mean? Yes, a moving electrons means electricity. And it's crazy, Why do they move or what made them do? Let's have a closer look. The first beaker contains zinc atoms of the metal strip and zinc 2 plus ions of the zinc sulfate solution. Zinc atoms of the metal strip and zinc 2 plus ions of the sulfate solution. So, as you guessed, the second beaker contains copper atom and copper 2 plus ions. Both of these metals are connected with a wire. When connected together, there starts the fight for electron. Both of them starts to bargain about electrons. As the copper belongs to group 11, it has more power to attract electron. So, the zinc is comparatively weaker than copper. So, no other way, zinc donates the 2 electron for copper and it changes to zinc 2 plus ions. Since ions have more chance to dissolve in water, the zinc 2 plus ions in the metal strip goes to zinc sulfate solution. In progress, the zinc metal strip starts to decay and after some time there is nothing left there. Now let's look what happens to the electrons which move to the copper strip. The electron get collected in the copper metal strips. Since the nearby copper 2 plus ions lack 2 electrons each, they receive them from the copper metal strip. So the copper 2 plus ions of the solution changes to copper atom and they get attached to the copper metal strip. So as the time progressed, the one electrode had decayed where the other one became more fattier. And once more, let's look what happens in a galvanic cells from the beginning. Here, a galvanic cell consists of two half cells. Each of these beakers represent a half cell and one half cell contains zinc electrode dipped in a zinc sulfate solution and the other half cell consists of copper electrode dipped in a copper sulfate solution. Let's look to the zinc electrode. At this electrode, oxidation takes place. That is, we know that zinc had donated its electron. That is, it lost its electron. Loss of electrons indicates oxidation. So, at this electrode, oxidation takes place and it is known as anode. At this electrode, oxidation takes place and where oxidation takes place, it will be the anode. And the other electrode gained electrons. that is copper gained electrons donated from the zinc electrode. So gain of electrons indicate reduction. So here reduction happened and this electrode will be cathode. Cathode is where reduction happens. So when the two electrodes are connected externally by a metallic wire and the solutions are connected internally by a salt bridge. We will talk about the salt bridge later. So the electrons flow from zinc electrode to copper electrode and cell is represented as Zn line Zn2 plus double line Cu2 plus line Cu. That is the first part indicates oxidation. That is the zinc atom changes to zinc 2 plus ions and it is further deposited to the zinc sulfate solution. So it represents the oxidation and this double line indicate the salt bridge or the boundary between two half cell. Here and next comes the reduction part. Here in reduction the Cu2 plus ion gains 2 electron and changes to copper atom, that is Cu2 plus line Cu, and this shorthand notation called a cell diagram. And the following reactions occurred in the cell. First, zinc goes into the solution as zinc ions, that is zinc atoms in the electrode get deposited as zinc 2 plus ions in the zinc sulfate solution and it can be written as Zns changes to Zn2 plus plus 2e, that is zinc solid atom changes to zinc 2 plus ion and the 2 electrons are further donated to the copper electrode and it is known as oxidation half reaction. Second, the electrons left behind on the anode or the electrons donated by the zinc electrode flow through the external wire to the copper electrode where they react with copper 2 plus ions and form neutral copper atoms. Copper ions receive a 2 electron and changes to copper atom. Since this reaction involves gain of electron, it is known as reduction half reaction. And overall reaction of the cell can be written as Zn plus Cu2 plus changes to Zn2 plus plus Cu. Now, a cell is represented by writing cathode on the right hand side and anode on the left hand side. What is a cathode will be always on the right hand side and an anode will be on the right hand side, and two vertical lines indicate the salt bridge. For example, Zn bar, Zn2 plus bar, saturated KCl or NaCl, whatever you use as salt bridge, bar Cu2 plus bar Cu, and I represent the electron flow this line from anode to cathode. So the current flow will be in the opposite direction, that is current will be flowing from cathode to anode. In order to avoid confusion about this, you can remember the word LOAN, L-O-A-N, that is L stands for left, O stands for oxidation, A stands for anode, N stands for negative. That is in the left part it will be oxidation and it will be anode and it will be the negatively charged electrode. Left oxidation, anode, negative. That is left side will be oxidation, anode and negative electrode. Now let's look what is a salt bridge and what does a salt bridge do. It is a U-shaped glass tube filled with a jelly-like substance with a electrolyte like KCl, KNO3, NH4NO3, NaCl, etc. The salt bridge provides sufficient amount of cations and anions to replace the ions lost or produced in the two half cells. That is, let's look to the first beaker. The first beaker contains zinc sulfate solution, that is, it contains Zn 2 plus ions and SO4 2 minus ions, and they have a balance between these 2 plus ions and 2 minus ions, that is, anionic parts and cationic parts. When the reaction goes on, the zinc sulfate solution gets more Zn 2 plus ions, that is, on as time progresses, the zinc 2 plus ions get more into the zinc sulfate solution. So the balance is lost between the zinc 2 plus ions and SO4 minus ions. Here the salt bridge will give the sufficient amount of anions and cations for each cells, that is, when the balance is lost between the ions, the salt bridge will provide plus ions to the first beaker and minus ions to the second beaker.